Hi, welcome to the next chapter in my user manual, and in this video I'm going to be talking about friendship. What is friendship? Friendship is different for everybody. There's actually not a firmly agreed criteria for what makes a person a friend because it's so different for everybody. Some people may have, two or three close friends. Other people may have 10. There's all different types of friendships. Do know that friendship contributes in an important way to your psychological development, your health, and your well being from childhood through your older years. According to Aristotle, there are three types of friendships. The first friendship is one based on utility. So examples of these would be maybe you're in high school and you don't have a car and you're friends with somebody who has one, and that's kind of how you guys met. They take you to school, you give them gas money. Another example would be you're at work and you make a friend on the same shift. Maybe somebody has kids and you go to the park and you meet them, and that would be friendships based on utility. The next one is based on pleasure. These are friends that you would go on walks with, you would do hobbies with, you would go to concerts, those types of things. The next one Aristotle said was based on goodness. This is considered the perfect friendship. They meet your criteria for being a good friend. They know who you are. They're there for you. Maybe you're having issues with your sister. They've met your sister before. They're one of those kind of people that you can call. They're just going to make you feel really good. Friendships across the course of your life. When we're in childhood, we meet our first friends when we're playing. If you think about it, like you're going to a park with your mom, there's some other kids there. You don't even know their names, but you just go to the park and you just start playing and you're just kind of hanging out and that kind of thing. Adolescence is when friendship takes on more importance. A lot of times friendship will be more important than even your own family because you're learning about yourself. You're getting that first taste of your independence. That type of thing. So you're kind of learning who you are and kind of defining yourself from who your friends are. In early adulthood, this would be like in your early 20s, is when those enduring, deeper kind of friendships first start. You recognize the type of friend that you want to hang around with. These are friends, when you meet friends in your early 20s, these are the friends that are going to probably be friends for life. There's a study saying that if you're friends with somebody for at least 7 years, most likely you're going to be friends forever. The next part would be like adulthood. At this part, a lot of people are getting married, they're getting into relationships, they're starting to have kids. So your friends kind of take a little bit of a back seat at this point. You're still seeing them, but not as much as, before. Middle age, you're seeing your friends usually at events like Christmas time, birthdays. It's more of an event type friendship that you see. It gets interesting though as you're an older adult because there's a renaissance. When you're in your mid 50s, you're getting to the point where you're establishing your career, you're thinking about retirement, kids are out of the house. You're getting that senior discount at that point at McDonald's. You're going there, and this is where friendship takes on a new meaning. Like I mentioned, it's like a renaissance. And for older adults, a good example of this is like my dad. After my mom passed away, he moved out to California and he was living with my brother, and he started going to McDonald's and started meeting people. He found a girlfriend, at that point. And, it really definitely was a renaissance for him because I don't remember my dad having a ton of friends. We had some people, but he would see, but not as many as he did, after he retired and he had more time to, go out and socialize with people. They've done some studies and they said that men aren't as socialized to maintain friendships like women. And this kind of is an issue when divorce happens because it's easier for women to get through that because they have, girlfriends that they've been hanging out with for a while and developing that friendship. Men, unfortunately, don't. Some ways to maintain friendships is keep it alive, stay connected. Every once in a while, you know, if you haven't heard from buddies, pick up the phone, give them a call. Maybe go on Facebook, look at, you know, birthdays, send somebody a message. You want to be, you know, have that stability with your friendships and keep it going. Make sure that there's lots of communication too. Kind of use the same language that you're using with them. A good example can be sometimes maybe you're a different part in your life and your other friend, you know, is in a different field or something like that. Try to remember those things that you guys had in common and keep it fresh. Have flexibility too, especially with people who have kids. You know, they're in that middle part of their life, their adulthood, and remember that, you know, at some point in their life, that friendship will probably, if it's a strong friendship, it's going to come back. So that's, you know, friendships right there. For me, I remember my first friendship was with my next door neighbor. His name was Richie. We lived in Cicero. He lived next door to me. We would hang out. There was Laura and Bobby, who also lived on my block. I remember going to their house. They had this really cool bedroom. I believe they were twins. I want to say they were twins. And they had a bedroom that was in the attic of the house. It was like refurbished, and they just had like tons of toys and everything. And they lived on the same block. I remember, and that was proximity. So when you're a kid, that's how those friendships start. You know, you're meeting people on your block. You're meeting people who you go to school with. As you get older, you'll get that like job after school, so you're meeting those friends after work, that kind of thing. But yeah, I remember those were my first friendships, and then we moved out to Romeoville, and it was kind of my friendship started getting expanding more at that point. And I definitely went through like the early adulthood where, you know, I was in my early 20s. I moved out of Romeoville at that point. I was on my own, or not my own, but with Ken. And, you know, meeting friends at work. I was working at Rose Records, working in a record store. So there were people who were coming in and, you know, they were buying music. Those would be friends. We were going to, like, based on what I was talking about Aristotle, those are friends based on pleasure. We would listen, you know, hang out and buy music together. We would go to concerts, go to resale shops, that kind of stuff. And out of that, I remember one of my friends who's still a friend now. Her name is Lisa. We met when I was working in the Rose Records office in Bellwood, Illinois. And we've been friends since. And what I love about Lisa, she's one of those people that I can, like, you know, we won't talk for like weeks, but I can pick up the phone and it's like no time has gone by whatsoever. And we also have those inside jokes that, like, me and her, she can just say, you know, a certain phrase about something that was funny to us back then, and it just all comes back. And we'll definitely, you know, be friends for life. So in the overall, you know, with friendship, like I was talking earlier, you know, it's really important for your well-being, for your health, just for your independence too. I think one of the things I did when I got together with Ken, we've been together 40 years now. This is 2024, and we got together in 1984. And looking back, I definitely did the what a lot of people do in adulthood. You know, when you get into relationships, it's kind of not staying in touch with those friends. And, you know, I feel bad about that, but the more research I did about friendships, I realized how common that is. And I forgot to mention I'm wearing my Golden Girls t-shirt here, which is like the ultimate friendship. This would definitely be the Renaissance, I would say. This was definitely, if you watch that show, you realize that, you know, they came together at later parts of their life, and it definitely was a Renaissance. So that's friendship there. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll record more later. Bye.